Oh, what beautiful weather! Yet another perfect day to battle. Which Pokemon are you battling with? You're back. Do you want to do a bit of... Alrighty, I guess we go ahead and try. You can use the plus control pad to move around the field. You can also jump with the B button. If you press in the same direction twice on the plus control pad, you can step forward and back or side to side. Okay, let's... Next up, we'll learn press this button. Long distance and try to land a few. Next, press this. You'll launch an attack that'll... Go. Now you're getting it. Alrighty then. All battles consist of at the start of the battle, where we are. And this is dual phase. You can tell which phase. Now then. Howdy, well, is if you land a certain... Let's check out... Alrighty, now try to hit your opponent. Okay. In dual phase, here's where the... But you'll need the way you move around. Let's practice moving up. By pressing forward twice on the plus control pad, you can perform a forward dash step. By pressing back twice on the plus control pad, you can perform a backward dash step. You can jump using the B button. In dual phase, the action is highly varied. Alright, that's... Land a certain attack on your opponent. You can also just land a... Send them flying. Someone with wits battles will involve shift. Plus, when you cause a phase, and by that, I mean... We'll talk more about how to... Right, you can block by blocking. All right, just hold down. Whenever you're in a... All right, keep an eye. This is your synergy. Your synergy gauge will fill up as you land. Once your synergy gauge is full, your Pokemon used its... Your Pokemon will be wreak havoc with... You can use a burst attack once. Try using a burst... You definitely...
Tutorial finished.
Which Pokemon are you battling with? You're back. Do you want to... Press this to It's great because you can use these. This is what you'll want. Try to land a few for... Nice! Press the X button, land a hit, and you'll want to get the time... Try to land... Now you're getting it! During duel phase, if you land, press the Y button. Land consecutive. This is what we call land a Pokkén. While you're still getting the hang of... A counterattack absorbs an incoming attack time it just wrapped. You can use counterattacks in... Try to counter your opponent. You're not bad! Latch on to your opponent and land below by using grab attack. On top of that, grab attacks are all... That being said, they're not very effective. Use a grab attack on... Nice! Counterattacks beat normal attacks. Grab attacks beat... And normal attacks... Basically, this attack Trainers who master this attack This thing over here... Your support gauge will fill up as time... And once your support gauge, press the L button, and it'll come in. Nicely done! During the planning time before each, you can choose which support. You can select a support or maybe even select a... Support Pokemon come in 3 different types. Attack type support Pokemon come in... Disrupt type support Pokemon, sometimes. Enhance type support Pokemon. Pick a support Pokemon. Sometimes, when you use support Pokemon, these statuses and first things first, while you're under the effect of a positive... For instance, Eevee will give you... The effect depends on the support Pokemon. Next up, we have get hit with a negative status. Take Emolga, for example. Use these statuses to your advantage. Between rounds, I'll drop in to... Depending on whether you win or lose a round, there are several types of cheer skills that are in effect. Be sure to test out any. Sometimes, during field phase, you can pick up this power on the field. Go ahead and pick up the power. The tide of the battle can really change. Now, let me tell you, why don't you try this out? Nicely done! Next, give this a shot. Nice! All right, and now this. Done.
Tutorial finished.
Which Pokemon are you battling with? In this course, I'll teach. During duel phase, press. While in low stance, press the X button while try to land an attack. Nicely done! By pressing up on the plus control. By pressing the Y button in a high stance, you can try to use an attack from a high stance. Keep it up. You can hold down the button to charge. It'll take some time to deal more damage. By charging up your counterattack, you can increase the amount. Try to charge up a counter. Nicely done! During a counterattack, use the plus control pad. This is simply called. You can use counterattacks to deflect your opponent's attacks, and then try to cancel a counterattack. Nicely done! Piercing attacks are special moves that cannot, for example, counterattacks with. Your best bet with counterattack. In field phase, you can also hold the last hit of a homing attack to. Your Pokemon won't take any hit and it'll get back up. But this will give your opponent the chance to move. Depending on the attack, you. This is called but you'll never be kicked. If you keep blocking against an attack. If you don't release it. When you're hit with a guard break, how many attacks you can blocking is important. While in Synergy Burst, you won't be stunned from taking a few small hits, so you can move in for the attack. Try to hit an opponent using a ranged attack with a homing attack. Getting it? When your opponent uses their synergy bird, you'll want to try to use the X button or grab attack to try. You can link up one attack. This is what we call. Let's try to land it. You don't have to master high-level combos. I'm sure you've already noticed that battle Pokemon, on top of that, how quickly the synergy gauge fills up. Crazy, right? There are all sorts of different battle stages. Battle Pokemon all have their strengths and weaknesses, and as you battle your Pokemon, as you increase your skill level, you can, as your skills level, remember, you can switch out.
Tutorial finish.
Which Pokemon are you battling with? If you hold the last hit of a home... When a guard break occurs, use a charged up home... When you're up against an opponent with a tough block, charge up a homing attack to shift. During duel phase, there are... This is also a type of by using cancels, and based on the type of... Try to cancel this action and land Nicely done! Your opponent has pinned you down. In times like these, you should try... If your opponent is close enough when you jump, if you find timing your jumps right to be too tricky, you can... Ranged attacks can be a real pain. It's times like these you can use some well-timed steps. During duel phase, you can use when in a high stance. Use the Y button while... Keep it up. If you block against an attack that leaves a big... If you launch your attack fast, pull it off, and you're... Block against your opponent's incoming. Not bad. By knocking your opponent's battle Pokemon by effectively using the walls, you try to land some wall combos.
Tutorial finish.
Choose your Pokemon. In close combat, it's for instance, after you land one of your moves, which means you can move. On the other hand, if your opponent, your best bet in such it might also be a good idea to try to also when your attack misses it, so make sure to try to own. If you're pressed up against the wall when a phase shift, you'll be blasted off the walls. You'll take some damage but I guess, if you think of it as your chance, if it gets launched by a powerful attack, your Pokemon... After a mid-air recovery, it will press forward on the plus control pad when this happens, and... While you're falling back down, you can also use... When two ranged attacks collide, the if both are at about the same... When you know you can't beat your opponent in a clash... You know, you can actually... You can recover this recoverable HP. You can also recover this recoverable HP. Don't forget that during Synergy Burst, keep in mind that you can also lose recover if your opponent causes a phase shift while you're... If you attack while jumping, such as by pressing the X button while in high stance, you'll be able to launch your attacks while avoiding low ground level attacks. In that same style, anti-air act. No matter which case, I'm sure I've already told you how the terms that determine how... If you take the time to study...
Tutorial finish.
right, the Ferrum League is about to begin. This is an official tournament where battles will be held all throughout. Since this is your first time, the Ferrum League is actually made up of 4 different leagues. Each of these has a rank requirement. Everyone starts off at D rank. Now, as for each of the leagues, within the leagues, there are league matches in which you battle to increase your rank. And then a tournament. If you manage to win the tournament, you'll get the chance to take, and if you can pass that, you'll get a rank promotion and be. It should go without saying that the upper leagues are full of. So, think you've got a I'm sure you'll figure it out as you go. According to the official Ferrum League rules, you can only have. Don't forget that you can always change. All right, first things first. Getting used to this league yet? Nothing beats taking on lots of different battle trainers. Here it is, the Beginner's League. Don't sweat it. Just work your way through the league. You're only just getting started. Jump into some league matches. Time to pick a support set. All right then, go get him! Which Pokemon do you want to tag for support? I always just go with my gut.
Round 1.
Field phase attacks include a lot of attacks that chase after the opponent. Your energy gauge is still only half full. You did it! Let's jump right into the next round. That was a good, clean win. Want to head into the next battle with us?
Round 2.
You just gotta believe in your Pokemon and give it your very best. But don't get careless. With Burst activated, you can use Superpower for Burst attack. Super effective. Great battle! Whew, that was awesome! By-the-book battles are nice, but a fun match isn't bad either. Picking a support set is always a tough choice. All right then, go get him! Relax. Remember, you're in this to have fun.
Round 1.
When facing off against this opponent, I'd advise you to get in close. Your energy gauge is still only half full. Nice! Keep it up! All right, let's keep this up. All right, let's call it. Your energy gauge is full. Now's your chance to use Burst. All right, let's have some more fun for the next round, too.
Round 2.
Just remember, the most important thing is to enjoy the battle. Time to recalibrate your attacks. Hey, did you forget? You can call in some support. You've got more HP, but don't get careless. Super effective! Nice battle! Hope. Hey, keep up the good work! Pick where you want to assign your skill points. Time to pick a support set. Hope this will be some good old fun. Don't you just get all revved up before a battle? I wonder what your opponent has in store.
Round 1.
You just gotta believe in your Pokemon and give it your very best. Synergy gauge up. Now's your chance to deal some real damage. You're too early to use your synergy burst. All right, let's call in some support. The next round. That battle was awesome! Can I expect some more of that for the next one?
Round 2.
Just remember, the most important thing is to enjoy the pure synergy gauge is full! Now's your chance to use burst! With a lead like that, you've practically won already! Keep up the pressure and take them down! Hey, did you forget? You can call in some support! Congrats! Good work! Your battles are fun, even just watching. You earned a new title. Time to pick a support set. Alrighty, let's have some fun. Relax. Remember, you're in this to have fun.
Round 1.
That Pokemon is sure to respond to whatever you ask of it. You're too early to use your synergy burst. Be careful. Your synergy gauge is full. Now's your chance to use burst. All right, let's call in some support. Synergy gauge up. Come on, Weavile, use psych up. All right, let's have some more fun for the next round too. Now then.
Round 2.
All right then, let's give it a shot. Your opponent just used up some of their HP. That was awesome! Hey, did you forget? You can call in some support. I choose you! Pick up power to fill your synergy gauge. Nicely done! Great battle! Good work! Your battles are fun, even just watching. Pick where you want to assign your skill points. You earned a new title. Time to pick a support set. Okay, let's go. Which Pokemon do you want to tag for support? I always just go with my gut.
Round 1.
You just gotta believe in your Pokemon and give it your synergy gauge up! You're starting to get the hang of this, eh? Keep it up! Your synergy gauge is still only half full! Let's jump right into the next. That was a good, clean win. Wanna head into the next
Round 2.
All right then, let's give it a shot. Your synergy gauge is full. Now's your chance to use burst. Keep it up. Attack, attack, attack. Keep it up. Cause a phase shift with your attack, and you'll fill up your synergy gauge. You're a master in the make. Good work. Your battles are fun, even just watching. Pick where you want to assign your skill. You earned a new title.